Hello, good morning, student. Today we are going to discuss pharmaceutical jurisprudence. In that, today we are going to discuss about the principle and significance of the professional ethics and code of pharmaceutical ethics. The history of pharmacy legislation in the India. Here we study the origin and nature of the pharmaceutical legalization in the India, what is scope, what are the objective and new policy which we see in the future. In that, the another act that is called Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940 under the rule of 1945. In this subject or in this topic, we study a special reference to the schedule like Schedule C, C1, Schedule C, F, G, HP and X. The storage for the and labeling condition of the drug, then their administration and the condition of drug, administration for the provision of Ayurvedic, Unani and cosmetic drug, what the amendment till date. Another act that is called medicinal and toilet preparation under the 1955, where we have the drugs undergone the excise duties, how they are manufactured and what are their warehousing for the alcoholic preparation, what are their offense and penalties. The another act we have narcotic and psychotropic. The act under 1985. Here, what is the definition, prohibition, and enforcement, manufacturing, cultivation of the narcotic drug. In that, we study the poppy plant, how we sell the opium, import and export of the narcotics. Drug price control order to make the order according to schedule, the sale for bulk drug, price list till date. The latest amendments should be added in the pharmaceutical ethics principle and the ethics draft by Pharmacy Council of India regarding pharmacist relation to his job, trade and medical profession and the Pharmacy Act 1948. Here we study the education regulation, approval, registration of pharmacists either by central or state councils under the Pharmacy Act. Patent and Proprietary Act. The procedure behind the patent of certain products, secrecy, invention and revocation of the patent products. The special references of the provision are like Drug and Magic Remedy Act, include the objectionable advertisement under 1954, the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1970 under the rule of 1975. Thirdly, the Prevention Cruelty to the Animal 1960. Fourth, the Factories Act 1948. Fifth, the Minimum Wages Act 1948. Sixth, the Consumer Protection Act with the pharmaceutical services. Now, first one we have pharmaceutical ethics. What is ethics? Ethics is a code of moral principle, or in other words, science of moral. The pharmaceutical ethics means The principles followed by pharmacist as regard to his conduct, his behavior and correct. The pharmacy profession is a noble profession. The government restricted the practice of pharmacy to only registered pharmacists under the Pharmacy Act 1948. The Code of Ethics developed by Pharmacy Council of India serve as a guide for the pharmacist to follow by his professional services. It is also involved to conduct pharmacist in relation to his job, trade, profession to relationship with other allied professionals. Pharmacy Act according to the Pharmacy Ethics. The ethics for Indian pharmacists categorized under the category first one pharmacist in relation to his job, second pharmacist in relation to his trade, third pharmacist in relation to medical profession, fourth the pharmacist in relation to his profession. A pharmacist in relation to his job. A pharmacist should keep the following thing in relation to his job, like pharmaceutical services, conduct of the pharmacy, handling of the prescription, handling of the drugs, apprentice pharmacist. In pharmaceutical services, should be services provided without any delay. The pharmacist should be a registered pharmacist having appropriate availability of emergency as well as common medicine at all time. Conduct of pharmacist. In this, it should be avoid error of accidental contamination in preparation, dispensing or supply of medicine. Next part we have handling the prescription. A pharmacist should receive a prescription without any comment regarding merit or demerit of its therapeutic efficacy. It may cause anxiety to the patient. Any question on a prescription should be answered with caution and care. Pharma should not change or substitute any ingredient without the consent of prescriber. Thirdly, handling of prescription. The pharma should handle prescription properly and dispense correctly. All ingredients should be weighed, measured in correct proportion by the help of scale and measure. Apprentice pharmacist. The experienced pharmacist should provide all facility in drugstore or hospital pharmacy where apprentice pharmacists are admitted for practical training. Pharmacist having certain responsibility in relation to his trade, the pharmacist should keep in mind while dealing with his trade. Price structure. The price charged from the customer should be fair keeping with quality, quantity, labor or skill required. Fair trade practice. In this, the pharmacist should no attempt be made to capture other pharmacists' business by offering any sort of prize or gift. If a customer brings a prescription by mistake, which should be genuine, by some other pharmacy, the pharmacist should direct the customer to the right place. Purchase of drug. The drug should be purchased from genuine and reputable sources. Advertising and display. The sale of medicine or medical appliances or display of material in undignified style on the premises. Hacking of the drug. Hawking of drug should not be done. Self-service method of operating pharmacy and drugstore should not be used. The distribution of drug without an expert supervision encourages self-medication which is undesirable. The pharmacist's responsibility in relation to medical profession. There are a limitation of professional activity. The professional activity of doctor as well as pharmacist should be limited to their own field. Doctors should not have drugstore and pharmacists should not diagnose disease and prescribe the remedy. So, pharmacists can provide first aid to the victim in the event of an accident or in case of emergency. Clandestine arrangement. Pharmacists should not enter into secret arrangement or contract with a physician by offering him a commission or benefit. Liaison with the public. Pharmacists should always maintain an appropriate link between physician, doctor, and pupil. He should advise doctor on pharmaceutical issue and educate the people or public about health and hygiene. Any information regarding pharmacist during his professional activity must not be divulged to third party. Pharmacist in relation to his profession. Professional vigilance. A pharmacist must respect the pharmaceutical law and he or she should see the other pharmacists respect it. Law abiding citizen. Pharmacists should have a good knowledge of country law regarding food, medicine, pharmacy, health, and sanitization. Relationship with professional organization. Pharmacists should be actively involved in professional organization, should advance the cause of such organization. Decorum and proprietary. Pharmacists should not be allowed to do anything that goes against the decorum or property of the pharmacy profession. Pharmacist oath. Pharmacist oath means it is a oath a young prospective pharmacist should feel to hesitation in assuming the following pharmacist oath. Means the pharmacist promise about he can detect or protect, improve physical, moral well-being of the society, holding the health and safety of community above other consideration. He shall uphold the law standard governing my profession, avoiding all form of misinterruption. The pharmacist having knowledge gained about patient should hold in confidence, never divulge unless compelled to do so by law. He should strive to perfect and enlarge the knowledge to contribute the advancement of pharmacy and the public. He also promised to maintain honor in all transactions, conduct never being discredit to myself or my profession, do anything to diminish the trust reposed in profession. He may I prosper and live long in favor as keep and hold in this oath, but if violated the second promise may reverse the law. This is a pharmacist oath must take his profession, trade. Pharmacy Act in 1984. This is a bill passed by 4th March of 1948, came on the statute book, the Pharmacy Act 1948. In India, there is no restriction to practice the profession of pharmacy. Could practice profession or any other profession having no knowledge, having no education in pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry or ecology were engaged in profession. To achieve the goal of Pharmacy Bill 1947, introduced which was later referred to Select Committee. The recommendation of the Selection Committee incorporated in the bill. Pharmacy Act 1948, the Chapter 1, this is called a Pharmacy Act 1948. It extends whole to the India except the state of Jammu and Kashmir. It shall come into force at once, but Chapter 3, 4 and 5 take effect in particular state from such date. State government may notification in official gazette appoint on his behalf. In this act, the territorial changes brought about reorganization of the state. Agreement means agreement under Section 20 approved by Central Council under Section 12 or Section 4. Central Council means the Pharmacy Council of India constituted under Section 3. Central Register means Register of Pharmacists maintained by Central Council under Section. Executive Committee means the Executive Committee of Central Council or State Council. The Pharmacy Council of India, the constitution and composition of the Central Council. In the Pharmacy Act, as we see earlier, the Central Council, State Council or Executive Committee, all those are govern the Pharmacy Act 1948. For the constitution and composition of the Central Council, having the central government shall make constitute a Central Council consists the following members. First one, the 6 members, among whom there shall be at least one teacher of each of the subjects, means pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmacy, pharmacology, pharmacognosy, elected by University Grant Commission. The another point, the teaching staff provide a 5 year from the date on which Pharmacy Act amendment, and the government of each union territory shall electing a member under clause G, nominate one member eligible for registration under section 31. Pharmacy Council of India consists the six members as described earlier. Six members, four of whom possess a degree diploma in practicing pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry nominated by central government. One member elected from among themselves by member of Medical Council of India. Another, the Director General of Health Service or authorized person by him. Fifthly, the Drug Controller of India or an authorized person by him. Sixthly, the Director of Central Drug Laboratory. So, the another one, seventhly, a representative of University Grant Commission. Eighth, a representative of All India Council for Technical Education. Ninth, one member to represent each state elected from each state council who is registered pharmacist. 10th, one member to represent each state nominated by state government who is a registered pharmacist. 11th, one member to represent union territory nominated by union territory council being eligible for registration under section 31 of the act. The executive member or the committee executive committee having the central council as soon as constitute an executive committee consists the president. The president may be chairman of the executive committee and vice president ex officio and five other members elected by central council from among us its members. Secondly, a member of executive committee shall hold office as such till the expiry of term of office as member of central council. Member of central council be eligible to re-elect. Thirdly, in addition to power and duty confirmed and imposed by the act of executive committee, this committee shall exercise and discharge power and duties may be prescribed. The state pharmacy councils. First of all, we see the constitution and composition of the state council. In that, except where a joint state council is constituted in accordance with an agreement made under section 20, the state government shall constitute a state council consisting the member as first one, six member elected from amongst themselves by registered pharmacists of the state. Second, five member of whom at least four shall of person possess prescribed degree, diploma in pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry, or five registered pharmacists nominated by state government. Third one member elected from amongst themselves by member of each Medical Council of India or Council of Medical Registration of the state. Fourthly, the Chief Administrative Medical Officer of the state ex officio or in that if this person is unable to attend any meeting, a person authorized by him or by writing to do so. Another point, the officer in charge of the drug control organization of the state under the Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940, or ex officio, or if he is unable to attend any meeting, person authorized by him in writing. 6.3, Government Analyst under the Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940, ex officio, or where there is a more than one, such one as state government may appoint on the behalf. The State Pharmacy Council also consists 6 members elected from amongst themselves by registered pharmacists, 5 members with prescribed degree diploma in pharmacy nominated by state government, 1 member elected from amongst the member of medical council or council of medical registration of the state, chief administrative medical officer of the state, or officer in charge of drug control organization of the state. 6. The government analyst. Thanks a lot